Hey everybody, it's been a while. Well, it's been around a month. I hope you can hear me. I'm pretty sure you can. My speaker or my microphone was working earlier. It should still be working. I don't see why it wouldn't be. So this video is going to be a bit different from my normal videos. I usually do gaming stuff on my channel, but this time I'm kind of looking on the tech side. This isn't like a take apart, scrap, takedown tutorial. That's not what it is at all. I'm just showing you what I've done with some basic rudimentary laptop parts from an HP Stream 14. This is the keyboard, not the computer, because the keyboard is not removable from the Stream 14. But I wanted to take the time to show you the possibilities of old broken laptops, because this laptop screen is broken. I don't know if you can see the black bar right there. I can see it on the screen, so you should be able to too. It's broken, as you can see, which means I can't use the laptop on its own, so I just set it up all in this desktop here. It's all connected to the desk. It's not the final setup. I'll have another update when it is the final setup. Right now, it's not the best type of setup for a laptop, specifically for the cooling of the motherboard. The laptop isn't the best either. It's just your standard Stream 14 factory parts. I haven't upgraded anything yet. Excuse my stutter. I do plan on upgrading a few parts in it, but as of right now, it runs perfectly. It's a great work desktop. I could use this for my personal work stuff and still have my laptop for my personal YouTube stuff, I guess, because those are separate things. Now, I do have a new backlight. If you haven't noticed, I'm sure you have. It's all bright here. That's part of the episode. I made that backlight from a 32-inch TV screen that was thrown out a window twice. Here's the old LCD for that. The TV was still functional, though it had some screen problems. A little bit of color grading problems. There was a white strip at the top of the screen. So I took it apart. I've turned it into this backlight. I've saved and salvaged all the parts. All the plastic that was inside the TV is still part of the TV for the backlight. The only thing missing is this little strip for the couple USB ports and HDMI port. Other than that, everything else was, like infrared sensor, power button, and motherboard and stuff for the TV. There was one circuit board that I kept in the TV that had all the power stuff, that also connected to the LEDs, luckily, which let me take the rest of the motherboard out so I can scrap that for later use. And I've got a pretty bare bones backlight. I've put a bunch of paper over it, because if I don't, even just lifting up this little bit makes so much more light. And that's about 3 inches of paper that I'm lifting up. It's not even the whole screen. So those are pretty big, or so pretty bright LEDs. Let me get my brain together. As for the HP Stream 14, excuse the voice crack, it was pretty simple to take apart. I'll link to a teardown tutorial, scrap tutorial, whatever you want to phrase it as. I'll link to a tutorial on how to take this puppy apart properly. The laptop they take apart is a different model of Stream 14, but it's essentially the same in the teardown process. It's no different. Just follow along properly, and if you are taking apart a Stream 14, be very careful of the speaker if you're looking to salvage the speaker. I wasn't, so I wasn't careful, but this port is particularly hard to get out. The rest of them are pretty easy, but this one's really hard. So be extra careful if you're looking to save the speakers and you don't want to do a soldering job. I'm still gonna save these, and when I learn to wire, I'll use them somewhere else, because they aren't broken. They're just, I don't have a use for them. So let's get into like the actual computer itself. Let me pull up my phone for a camera here. Alright, so this is pretty standard. I think this is a 23-inch, 22-inch, 21-inch display. I don't remember properly. It's way smaller than the 32-inch display back here. Or, sorry, this is the 32-inch display. Is that a 32-inch? This is 24-inch, and this is like a 16-inch. I'm getting my stuff mixed up here. I don't know what this display size is. It's your standard basic monitor size. I've got a TV for my monitor right now, an Insignia TV. So that's bigger than your standard monitor size slightly. This is your basic monitor size aspect ratio. With a simple gaming mouse. Both the mouse and the keyboard I got from a friend. These keys were stuck like severely. There might be a few that are actually, yeah, this one. I can't push it down without breaking the stuckness of it. The rest of them seem pretty good. But the rest of these keys I would not have been able to press at all, so they're rendered useless to me. So my friend gave me this because he didn't need it anymore, and I wanted it. I didn't want him to throw it away. There's no sense in that. And he gave me this too because his mouse, this one, stopped working. And he bought a new one, and then I came over and hung out for a while, and I opened this one panel here with a scorpion on it, and unscrewed one counterweight, pulled it out, put the panel back on, plugged the mouse in, and it worked perfectly fine. I don't know what the heck the weight had to do with why it wasn't working, but I took it out and it functioned just fine. So I don't know. Anyway, let me just get my camera up again so we can get some video going. I'm gonna record on this, use my mic here for the audio, I'm pretty sure, and I'll overlay this over that in editing. Anyway, okay, so as for the computer itself, it's all I did was transplant the parts from the Stream laptop over to this desk. Now I took the time, made sure all the cords and all this stuff would function without problem with it being flush to the laminate. Now, I don't think it being flush to the laminate is a big problem for cooling right now. It's air cooled and it's got a fan that turns on whenever I turn the PC on. There are a few tricky things with this build. One, obviously the speaker. You can see if it'll focus. There it goes. You can see some little parts coming out. Those are from the speaker jack. Another thing you want to worry about. Now, this isn't major. It's solved by a simple screw. So if you have like the drill to set a hole to screw into the desk, or my phone decided to tell me I needed to update, so it just stopped recording. Where was I? Oh yeah, this part. It's not a problem if you get a screw and like drill it into the desk. That'll hold it in. Otherwise, as you can see, pops out pretty easy. It's kind of hard, kind of tough, but if you give a tug on the cord, it'll pop out. Another thing with this Wi-Fi chip you want to worry about is these two cords here. You want to make sure they stay plugged in. They come off pretty easy. It's not hard to put them back on, so if they do come off, it's not a big deal. But you just want to watch out for that, because there's no sense in having them come off and you having to put them back on for no reason. AC is just connected here so I can plug in to charge. Of course, I got the fan, the keyboard, the mouse, and the monitor, and then aux for speakers, which are above the thing. Actually, I want to move those. Obviously, your standard 4 gigs of RAM with the laptop. I want to upgrade that. And your power button here, I just have it hanging. I didn't tape it on like that or nothing. Figured it'd be easy to just have it sitting there. And obviously we keep the battery pack hooked up, so when you don't need to charge this and you're using your other computer, or you need to charge your other computer, if they take the same charger, luckily mine do, you can still run both if you need to. Now, let's turn this on. Fan instantly kicks on for cooling. This doesn't get too hot anyway. I'm not too worried about it. And as for that, it's a pretty simple setup. All I did was electrical tape it. I didn't even really take much into consideration for the cooling. I did make sure, although it's kind of hard to see, try to make sure the light was visible. I kind of like poked it down, but I'll fix that. It's supposed to shine on the back at night. Excuse my voice crack. That's that for that video. I'll edit that in post. As you can see, it functions so far. We haven't even gotten into it yet, but it functions. There's not a big major problem with it. In fact, I factory reset it completely. Got the discs as clean as I could get them. This is your basic start menu on Windows 10. This computer won't update. Let me let it load for a minute before I try to turn anything on. And then we'll start with the only 3D game that this laptop can render, which is Flats. It's not a bad game. It's just, if you have a knack for good looking realistic graphics, this ain't the game for you. Obviously, because it can run on a non-gaming laptop that has a shitty graphics card. I mean, it functions fine. Instantly loaded up. Look at that. Phase 3 starts in so many seconds. Guess I'll just run around and do phase 3, and then we can kindly wrap this video up. Oh God. Oh God. Nearly went down there. That was a pretty close one there. That should be the last one, I think. Hey, there we go. Alright. Now I can leave this. We can wrap up this video for the night. Well, I mean the afternoon. It's not night. Oh, I forgot to show the backlight. Here, let me get a little video of that real quick. It's just a simple TV screen that I put a bunch of paper on so that the backlight wouldn't, like, oversaturate my skin. Other than that, it's all pretty simple, functions perfectly. The battery runs nice, 57% remaining, and I've had this unplugged since last night, so even with me using it multiple times today, with me installing stuff, trying to figure out stuff in BIOS, there's been no problem. I've reset this thing several times today and the battery's been just fine. It's only been reset because I was interacting with things in BIOS. I couldn't figure out how to activate XMP. I'm going to do more research on that, and hopefully I'll be able to figure that out in the future. As for now, I think we're good. Simple functioning desktop for work, made from a broken laptop. The only thing broken on the laptop was the screen, which is reusable. The LCD display was broken, but the backlighting was not, which is this little thing here. It's all the filament papers and stuff on the inside, or it's this side. This is the filament papers. This is essentially what is lighting up on the TV screen. It's literally just LEDs and some, I forget what they're filaments. I forget what they're called. They diffuse the light, I think, to make it look, or to make it come straight out the front rather than like around where the LEDs are, and then extending a little bit. And the diffusers actually kind of give the feel of real sunlight. That one I need to get the proper wiring for, but I'm going to show you how I want it set up. Sorry if that flash bothered anybody. This is how it'll eventually be set up. That'll be my backlight instead of this big TV. I can use this big TV elsewhere, and this will be a simple, effective lighting source for my videos. Come right from above. It won't be too intrusive, and it'll be warm. I just need to get the proper soldering and wire in order to wire up the circuit board so that I can power it on. Otherwise, everything's set up. It's all connected properly. I just need to get power into the circuit board. Other than that, it's fine. It was pretty simple. I did all that, took it out of the case, made sure it still worked, then put it on the desk, make sure it still worked after I put it on the desk. All that probably took 3 or 4 hours to take it apart properly, make sure it was all working, and then to get it onto the desk, and then to get it to where I could factory reset, because it took a long time uninstalling useless stuff that I didn't need, but I wasn't sure whether or not it was necessary for the computer to continue to function. I got that down, we got it factory reset, and now it's a brand new desktop, and it functions perfectly. So yeah, it's all hooked up to this table here, so I don't even need to bring like the monitor and stuff. I could just disconnect all that, pick up the table, and everything's connected to it, the desktop and all. So I could take this desk anywhere, put a monitor on it, hook it up, and boom, I've got a computer. Definitely not the finished product. I want to elevate the motherboard off of the laminate, the motherboard and the battery, for better cooling. Not sure if this is the final desk, or if this is the final product, or if I'll be using those parts in a different build. As for now, they're going to function as a work PC. Something that I can keep clean, smooth, functional, and so that I can work on outside of my YouTube stuff, because this is my editing and gaming and recording laptop that I'm working here. And maybe I'll take this laptop apart, and I might even do a video on taking it apart. I can record that with this thing and edit it after I get the laptop up and running again. I do want to take this laptop apart and turn it into a proper computer desktop, but I'm not sure how I want to go about that, because I want it to be fully customizable. I want to be able to take out the laptop parts if needed and put in a full working computer that's way better than a laptop motherboard ever would be. Or maybe I can upgrade this motherboard to where it's efficient enough to be comparable to a modern gaming computer. Either way works for me. It's just gonna be a little bit before I get there, because I gotta do a lot of research into the computer stuff, which I kind of got, but I kind of don't. So, yeah. I guess I'll leave this video here. I'm probably going on like 30 minutes now without editing, so get that cut down to probably like a 25-minute video. I don't know. We'll see. See y'all in the next episode, which will be Banished. Banished will be the next episode. We'll be returning to Burdenton, and then after that, not sure how long after, but after that will be the next episode of Beholder. That's just the order I want to record them in, because it's been a while since I've been to Burdenton. Even in my own time. I don't go to the village in my own time, outside of playing, really. Oh, another thing I salvaged that I just remembered from this laptop, the webcam. You should always salvage your laptop webcams. It's very cheap, very efficient, security system that you can make at home. Hook it all up via USB, have it on a computer that's not set up to internet, and you could have your own security system that nobody can hack into. Or you can set it up to a secure network with a VPN, and nobody can hack into it that way, and you can still get email alerts for motion or whatever, however you want to set it up. Either way, those are good to save. Pretty much everything out of the laptop is good to save. The only problem with salvaging a laptop is the immense amount of plastic that comes from the laptop. I was lucky with my TV that I salvaged and turned into the backlight. I was lucky enough to have pretty much all of the plastic of the casing of the TV still be part of the backlight. So, very limited amount of plastic to recycle there. Some electronics to recycle if I want to do that. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know what I can do with the motherboard of the Samsung TV. I got a VHS motherboard in a drawer somewhere. I'm sure I could do something, whether it's wiping the motherboards and recoding. I don't know how to do that, but there's something I can do with them. I'm sure. I'm not going to get rid of them. I don't want to throw them away. I could probably recycle the electronics and have not a big problem with that, like, with them being like, no, we can't take this. As most recycling goes, I think 70% of what gets to the plants doesn't actually go through. Don't quote me on that. That's not an actual statistic that I know off the top of my head. That's just what I think, roughly based off memory. Anyway, if electronics has a better turn up on recycling, I might recycle the motherboards, but until I figure that out for my local area, I think I'm just gonna hold on to the motherboards and see if there's something I can do with them to repurpose them. Another thing I want to repurpose, I have an Xbox 360 hard drive that I want to use for disk space for this setup. I gotta get converters for that though. I do know how to set it up. I just gotta get converters. And some other wiring, I think. I'll do a little bit more research on that. Get back to you when I upgrade. Maybe I'll like start doing a little tech playlist on my channel where I take apart and salvage stuff, show you how to properly take stuff apart without damaging it. And like build basic rudimentary PCs out of scrapped laptop parts. I would be totally down for that. I love PCs and technology and just tinkering in general. And so I might start that on my channel. I know we're supposed to be a gaming channel, but I don't care. Untitled Gaming is just the name of the channel. That doesn't mean we have to be strictly gaming. So I think we'll do tech stuff too. Bye now. It's been 26 minutes now. I keep rambling on even though I said bye like 6 minutes ago. Anyway, hope y'all have a good night, morning, day, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are, whatever. Have a good sleep if you're going to bed after this. I don't know. Thanks for sticking around so long. Like, subscribe if you want to. Leave a comment maybe. And I'll see y'all in the next episode for sure. Bye.